Extracurricular activities have been integral in guiding students to be the best at their particular interest, with sports having the most interest by students. And as time goes on, new opportunities in areas of interest have begun popping up, such as the esports team, a team dedicated to fighting competitively online. But does such a club truly fit in the role of educating students for the reality of life? Or is it just an escape for young adults to run to? The club manager explains the reasons why esports is an important chance for students to take before graduating.
My name is Jeff Wojcik, and I am a math and computer science teacher here at Port Washington High School. And I also coach cross country, track and field, and I'm currently coaching the esports team.
What incited you to create this club?
The esports team, well, I first have always been a gamer myself. I've been playing since I was a kid. And so I know that I've met a lot of students here since I've been teaching who also enjoy playing video games. And I actually started off just by making a real casual, like Friday night gaming club for anyone who wants to come, bring your systems, play games, whatever you want to do, just like a fun little hangout. After maybe a year and a half of that, then some of the other students wanted to start competing, and I found out that there is an actual Wisconsin High School Esports Association that has a structured organization to set up schools to compete in certain games against each other.
When and where do you do the meets for esports?
The nice thing about esports is that all the competitions are virtual. You know, we can play games online, whether it's on a computer or on a Nintendo Switch or PlayStation or Xbox. And so we actually play all of our matches right here in the school. There's no travel time or anything like that. And so we have competitions on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays after school. And then Monday it's just a practice day for the students to get together, meet with their teammates, and play on our computers.
The majority of extracurricular activities present in this school requires very active action, whether mentally or physically. Why or how does esports fit up to the standard with games thought to be a distraction for some people?
Yeah, I completely understand that reaction and that initial belief or implication of esports or just playing video games being something negative, something that isn't productive at all. You know, it gets often jumbled in with things like just watching TV or just staying at home and streaming shows on Netflix nonstop. And the difference, though, with something such as watching TV versus playing a video game is that when you're watching TV, you just sit there and your mind's not really working. It's just relaxing, it's a passive activity. But when you're playing a video game, while you are still watching images on a screen, you're controlling those, and more specifically, you're actually thinking about what you're doing. You are coming up against problems or puzzles or other opponents who are reacting to your actions. So playing a video game, is actually a very active activity. Your brain is constantly changing and thinking and making decisions, especially a lot of the games we play that are team-based. You not only have to worry about your opponent, but you have to worry about what your teammates are doing. You need to support them, or you need to ask for their support. You need to collaborate. You need to think. You need to plan things out. And you are constantly engaging your brain. You are troubleshooting. You're solving scenarios that you come up against. And so as far as a school-sanctioned club, it's not just, rotting your brains playing a video game. It's actually training your brain. It's getting it to think in a much more active way than most people actually realize.
How does esports play a role in the success of the students after graduation?
So esports has grown tremendously over the past decade to becoming a $1 billion annual industry, actually. And beyond high school, there's a huge collegiate scene. Members of the NACE, which is a college esports association, and they actually are giving out students scholarships to go to college to play esports, which is something that most people don't actually realize, that anyone can be an esport athlete. It is completely open to every single student, every size, shape, gender, demographic. It's a new door for any student who wants to, and it's a way for them to pay for their education, to further their goals, whether they do have some other degree in mind or a major or a career that they want to do, or if they do want to continue in the esports realm and become a professional gamer.
What do you hope to teach these young adults as they graduate from school and go into college or life?
Well, a big thing that I've been noticing with these students is it's helping them grow in a social context. A lot of the esports titles we play actually require those students to communicate with others. They are more team based, which actually promotes a social aspect to it that a lot of students may not have had before. And so, one thing that I'm really hoping that students get out of joining the esports team is a larger sense of community. I get a lot of students who have never been in any type of school sanctioned club or sport or group before. They've been in high school with a lot of peers who most likely have similar interests, but they never knew about it. They never had that connection or even had the opportunity to talk to someone else who may have had that same interest as them. And so by offering this esports, you're in a room who all have the exact same interests as you, who love this activity, this game, this hobby of yours. And so it's really growing these friendships.
As COVID remains to reign rampant in the world, life goes on, whether at home, at work, or at school. People have begun adapting to the pandemic, with schools moving to the internet for education and extracurricular taking full advantage of the power of the internet to sprout new opportunities for students. Esports has been a leading figure in a new era of full virtual learning and will continue to pioneer the way for other clubs to be created from the internet.